What's up guys, BTBS here, welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft ModSauce. I am just sitting right above the bunker, and yeah, I think it's about time we went inside, because we discovered it last time, and we spent far too long, like, running around trying to find the actual entrance, because the entrance to this place is cool. It's something that I haven't really seen before, you know, a block which is a force field, but the force field gets deactivated once you activate it with a specific item. That's a really cool idea, and it's something that I don't necessarily want to see more of, because one of the reasons I like it is because it's so unique. Oh, hello. Wither arrow. Interesting. And a charm of cooping. I will keep that. Hello. Not very good. Now, I hear wither witches everywhere, and I get the feeling that because most of the enemies that can exist right now are already spawned in the vein of wither witches, just above us, I'm probably not going to find too many enemies in here. That's okay, because we're actually in here looking for a new boss. So yes, if you don't remember or don't know, this is actually a new addition to the Twilight Forest, and it's really cool. There's a boss down the bottom. Well, it's actually like, I think it's 6 enemies that all have a combined health bar and count as a boss, something like that. So obviously we need to... Hello? Upper Goblin Knight. Goblins are usually small, aren't they? Wow, that didn't even damage him. Okay, try this. Yeah. Oh, I see. They just have... Ah! That's fantastic! And there's some sort of hermit crab as well. I think I'm going to use my sword down here, because my arrows have wither on them, and I don't want to wither myself. I have absolutely no idea what I was saying. Yeah, that's a helmet crab, not a hermit crab. And it drops armor shards. They look like tiny nether stars. And I was like, wait a minute, is there some sort of, you know, combination of these that equal a nether star or something? Because that would be ridiculous if there was an easy way of getting a nether star. Oh yeah, Soul Stealer! Oh, we've got to play around with that mod at some point. Soul Shards Reborn. The newer version, which is more balanced and can't be completely bitched out by about 7 souls. So if you don't know Soul Shards, it's basically a mod which allows you to capture enemy souls and use them to create hyper-efficient monster spawners that don't require power or mob essence or anything like that. It is probably overpowered. No matter how much they nerf it, they could never make it balanced, because, you know, you only have to kill 1024 of an enemy to get a spawner to maximum range, where it will spawn like 5 of that type of enemy every 2 seconds or so, I think, is the maximum speed. And that's, like, really good, especially late game. It's one of the reasons I haven't played with it yet. I just found the boss. Yeah, one of the reasons I haven't played with it yet is because, like, it is very overpowered, and I want to play with some other stuff as well. So I'm intentionally avoiding certain mods before I play with certain other mods. Because it's like, you know, there's certain mods, it's like, if you play with mod X, then you basically never need to play with mod Y. That's really fucking creepy. Let me just activate that, because that wasn't. There we go. Right, so this place is pretty large, and it's made completely out of this underbrick. Various varieties of it. I suppose that's a bit redundant saying various varieties. And it's got it's got a certain set of rooms as well. I mean, pretty much everything like this is going to be modular and randomly generated to a degree. You know, no one's going to actually sit there and make this. They'll make certain rooms, or they'll give a program a rule to make a certain room, and then they'll just have it generate that, and then they'll just link them up by like entrances and exits and stuff. Like, I would be willing to bet that this is the furthest this room goes, and the next room starts here, and they've been given an opening or an aperture the same size, and they've got the same blocks in the ceiling, walls, and the floor seems to be either randomly generated or generated by a different pattern, or it's affected by whatever the local environment is. Yeah! Oh my god! I killed his legs this time! Oh, that is hilarious. That guy is got a shit ton of armor on, I'll say that. So, I think we should go and check out the boss. Hang on, is this the boss? Yeah, I see the boss spawners. Here we go, this is the boss. They are creepy, floating guys. Whoa! Nice attack there, fella. One second, let me just light this area up so I can get a better look around. I don't want to accidentally fall into any traps. You know what? If you're going to fly, I'm going to point out your problems with arrows. Pointy, pointy, pointy. Pointy, pointy. Ah! Come on then, you. Come here. Ah, there we go. I got the achievement I needed. Must just be a certain one of them you need to kill. And once you defeat them, a chest spawns in the centre of the room, which is not a bad way of doing it, I must say. Extra damage to unarmed targets, Heart 1 and Vigor 1, Smite 3, Soul Stealer, Unbreaking Protection, Magnet. I did not know Magnet was an ability. Interesting. I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye on that, because, well, I don't know actually, I kind of like having a separate magnet as an item. Like right now I'm using the Practicalities magnet, which, well, it's the super or the rare earth magnet, and it has a range of, like, I don't know, 500 million blocks, and it also teleports all the items directly into your inventory, so you don't have to worry about them possibly being dragged through fire or anything like that, and it also pulls in experience. So I'm a big supporter of it. Can you make this stuff? Okay, you can make the sword with night metal, which is armor shard clusters, which is the armor shards. Okay. And I'm guessing you can make the axes as well, yeah. Okay, so that wasn't too hard, but I mean, obviously I am way overpowered for this. This is supposed to be done so much earlier on in the game. Yeah, settle the restless phantoms in the Knight's Tomb and discover, and the Carmenite Tower's devices will obey you. There we go. Tears of Fear. Touch the fiery tears of the Urghast. And you may notice there's still more to go. Previously, the Urghast was seen as the last boss, but then we have Alpha Fur, Clear Skies, question marks, and something else as well. There is still quite a lot of this to do, and in fact, shouldn't... How many floors did I go down? Was it just the one? Huh. The helmet crab spawner. I didn't actually know they had a spawner. That's cool, because I can take that. Spawner, Ender IO, helmet crab. I can take that and actually just spawn those guys if I wanted to. I don't see why I would. They drop nothing interesting. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Oh, they drop fish. That's interesting but not useful. And there's also a chest in here. I did not know that. I've never really looked around one of these things. Metal Mosher and I have blasted through one of these maybe once or twice, but that's about it. So there could be almost anything in here that I don't know about. But I don't want to just spend the rest of the episode exploring this when there's, let's face it, there's a good chance I'm not going to find anything that cool or amazing or... Hello? Well, I will definitely... Jesus Christ, I forgot about the sounds. Yeah, you guys remember when I told you that I am an absolute terrified little girl and I jump at any slight noise that I'm not expecting? The sound of me falling and hitting the floor scared me there. So yeah, I really wasn't joking. Why would someone put... Is that supposed to be like a throne, or is that supposed to be like a toilet? Because I can see the benefits to putting a toilet under the stairs. You know, it naturally pulls the... it's going to pull the bad smells up the stairs and away from wherever you happen to have... whatever you happen to have downstairs. But I can also see... I can't really see that being useful as a sitting throne. Oh, we're also out of torches. And we hit a dead end. So I think that's good for exploring this place. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a lot harder, but I have... you know, really high-end gear and stuff. I'm still not letting myself fly yet. I've limited myself away from flying until a certain point. And yeah, I'm trying to come up with interesting solutions to certain things. You know, interesting ways of doing stuff. And I think if I limit myself to, let's say, like, no flying and stuff like that, then I'm going to have to be more creative for certain things. And I mean creative as in coming up with interesting ideas, not creative as in using creative mode. Let's swap my sash out. No, wrong one. Put that on there. There we go. So yeah, my Britannia setup's doing nicely. See, I actually had an idea of something I wanted to do, but I don't really know how to do it. How are my chunks? Jesus Christ. There we go, that's what I want. How are my chunks loaded? So I have all this. Chunk loader is in the dead center in that chunk, so it's loading this one, and I could use this chunk, I suppose. Or this one, it could be the next thing that's near my house. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. So I want to go to the east side of my house for what I want to do next. So I had an idea for what mod I kind of want to play with next. And a lot of the mods, almost every mod in this game is awesome in some way. By the way, this thing really needs harvesting. Look at that. In fact, let's just... yeah, most of this needs harvesting, which is a really cool sight to behold. It's just like, oh, that is so good. And let's just start planting some of these back. Because the one bad thing about farming them like this is it's hard to stay exactly in the center when you're walking between them. And I don't like taking unnecessary damage. I think that's all of them. And I think we actually got 2 extra Ender Lily seeds out of that. Yep, 2 free seeds. As far as I can tell, everything else is planted. If everything isn't planted, it's not that big a deal. I'm not going to like melt the seeds down or anything. 30 ender pearls. Nice. So what am I thinking? I am thinking I want to have another area off to the west, the east. I think it was the east. Yeah, it was the east. And what better way to get there than through my industrial area, because it's going to be a fairly industrial area. Now, the industrial area itself is actually slightly bigger than the other places I have by, what, 3 blocks every direction? Yeah, about 3 blocks. And it's interesting, actually, because everything else is 1 block away from being inside this chunk boundary here. So close to being inside the chunk boundary. I really need to actually start planning chunk boundaries and stuff when I build my house. Now I just want to check to make sure that I did want to build onto the east. Yes, this is the east and I want to build out there. So, I have an idea to make this place look gorgeous as well as being really cool. And I will fully admit that I did not come up with the idea. It is stolen from Metal Mosher. So, all props to him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 blocks is the middle. 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks is exactly the middle. So I'm going to be building in Mia. I have tools for quick block removal, don't I? I swear I have like super mining tools or something. They're probably, to be fair, in here. I have this guy. I don't know if it's super block removal. It's been a while since I've actually had to mine something. Close enough. That's pretty damn good, actually, yeah. I am going to need some torches. Let me just grab this. Torches for now. I have an idea of how to make this place look really good, but what I want to do is find the back chunk limit, just so I know how far I've got to work with. Right, that's how far I can work with. So if I have, what was it, 3 blocks? 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll go 2 blocks and have 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be the middle of the room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, damn it. I always end up building slightly too many blocks. I'll put one on there, one there. Is that there? You know what I'm thinking is the chunk boundaries aren't all that important, apart from that one, because that's the back end of my base. I definitely want to go down a little more as well, I'm thinking, because this isn't all that much room to work with. I'm really not sure about everything that I want to do, but I want to get the rough space marked out, and then start working and playing around with the mod, because I haven't used it in a while. I used it a little bit with Metal Mosher, so I'm not sure how much has changed. You know, I'd be interested to see a sound cloud of word cloud of like how often I say Metal Mosher's damn name, because he comes up a lot, because me and him play an awful lot of Minecraft, and he's like the only person I know who has a half decent computer, so we can actually play Minecraft together. Like Seraph's got a he doesn't even have a computer. He uses my laptop. That fucker has nothing. Yeah, so that looks about right, and then I want to go slope. That's going to be a slope. So I want to go down a bit. Yeah. The noise of just breaking a bunch of blocks is still really nice to hear. It's like, it only gets annoying if you hear it, I don't know, for say 10 hours at a time, if you decide to go on some epically long mining adventure. But why would you? Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm actually one of those rare people who enjoys mining most of the time. I am going to try and do a lot more automated stuff in this series, though. I know I always say that, but I have the feeling that I could actually pull it off this time. Whereas I didn't really think I could before, I just thought it would be a nice thing to try. Of course, the first time I try and do a lot more automated stuff, I end up getting blasted in the arse by Thorncraft. Just like, nah, you don't want to do automated. And I'm like, no, I kind of would actually, Thorncraft. And they're like, nah, don't worry about it, son. You're going to be fine. You're going to love doing all this manually. And I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, Thorncraft. If you don't want to let me, just say so. That was weird, wasn't it? I know that I occasionally just go off a little bit and start... I talk to the game as if I'm talking to a person. And it can be sort of strange. Actually, if we drop it down a level starting here, then we can do another level. And that should give me the desired depth. So I'm trying to plot some of this stuff out, and I'm gonna have to get some references from Metal Musher because he actually built this place originally, and the reason I want to rebuild it is because what he built was fucking gorgeous. I may have to change some of the blocks because he did use an awful lot of the carpentry lab blocks because they look very good for this sort of thing. They're very sterile looking. And no, I'm not building a vasectomy clinic or whatever stupid joke came to my mind. Right. And we're also going to need a giant hole in the centre going all the way up. That should give you a clue. If you know the mods that are in this mod pack, then that should be a big clue. I've been dropping little hints about it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just knew what I was doing and a few people worked out what I was doing from the bad puns and jokes I've been making. Also, this isn't going to be here forever, by the way. This is just because, you know, I needed them at the time, so I made it because I needed them. And, yeah. So... I think we're at about the point where I'm going to have to start building things. And that's 2 chunk boundaries I'm bordering and nothing over there. So I could possibly even extend the room further that way if I have multiple things that need platforms in the future. So, let me just get rid of this entirely. There we go. We are going to be playing around with... Galacticraft! Yeah, it's time for some Galacticraft! And if you don't know what Galacticraft is, oh my god, where the hell have you been living? Under a bench? Galacticraft is all about space travel. So you build rockets, and you go into space, and you can colonize other planets, like the moon. Well, the moon isn't a planet, but you can colonize other planets and the moon, and you can go to the asteroid fields. And I have been really looking forward to playing this for a while now. So, to start off, we are going to need... oil is one thing we're going to need. I'm looking for the damn machines. Oh, the solar panels have changed. We're not going to need a generator. We are going to need a compressor so that we can make an electric compressor. For that we need a basic wafer, which means we need a circuit fabricator first. So that's not too bad. We need a lot of aluminium for this, actually. I should have checked. Yeah, not much at all. Can this be put through? It can, so I can at least triple it. I may need to grab some aluminium. I have no idea if it's spawn levels, though. Anyone? Aluminium? Why am I talking to you as if I can hear you? I'll just take out Doog for a minute. Config or silver. God damn it! I actually don't know how to spell aluminium. There we go. ALU. Can I just put ALU star? And then it will find aluminium? Yes. In fact, why are you digging silver? Config. Or ALU star. Let me check that filter. Yeah, it looks like it's working this time. Start 132. There we go. So if you put star, it basically makes it a wild card. So if you just put a star and nothing else, it will dig literally every single block it can find. If you put or in lowercase and then a star, it will dig everything that has a name beginning with or. So all of these things like aluminium ore, they all actually have a name that begins with or properly. Their designation within the game is slightly different from what you see. And for some reason it doesn't want to show that. I can show you on this. Like, you see underneath the name gold ore it says Minecraft .gold underscore ore. That means that, you know, it actually has a different name. And I need to find its thing in here somewhere. Huh, it should have a thing. Is it how to make? No. Interesting, they seem to have disappeared. I like the fact that it has laser focuses though. That's nice. That's really nice. It has the laser focuses colours, so you know which focuses give what ores. But I probably won't ever end up using those because they take a load of power, and the only reason I used so many of them before was because I was playing Agrarian Skies at that point. Also, I've been hearing some information about Agrarian Skies 2, and it might already be out. And if it is, I'm going to start playing it because I really did enjoy Agrarian Skies 1. I may have spent way more time than I should have completing every single quest, which included several hundred hours of AFK just to get enough resources from my bees and other such things to complete certain other quests. But in the end I got everything I was after, which is really cool. It's one of the first challenge maps that I've like completely completed. Done every single quest in. I mean, I pretty much completed all of the, god damn it, what was it called? Crash Landing quest line. That was, I'm sorry if you can hear that outside. There's a motorbike that apparently just wants to make a lot of noise. Yeah, Crash Landing was another good pack. It had a lot of problems, but, you know, every pack has some problems. But I never felt that pack was ready for the prime time, so I never actually made any videos on it. But I did play it, and I did enjoy it. But I don't even think it's finished now. When I played it, it had like 6 different quests, like sections, and none of them were finished. And, well, maybe 1 or 2 of them were finished, but they all needed a bit of refinement and polishing anyway, just to be, you know, properly up to the grade that you expect. You know what else I'm going to need is a lot of steel for this. So, we need to make a circuit. UIT? It is UIT, I thought so. Circuit fabricator, which means we're going to need aluminium wire. So, we're going to need a lot of that in the end, so I might as well take it all now. And what else do we need for this? A couple of buttons. I can't see us needing many of those, but I'll make a couple. A lever. Wait, really? You have cobblestone. Oh, I didn't click it right. Huh, nice! Cobblestone crafts into rocks. That means Flan's mod is updated, which means I might be able to make fully working guns and biplanes and things. This excites me. Right, there's the circuit fabricator. For now, I need to transfer energy. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that because I'm using resonance cells here and then just running a line down, and I have one line here running down which supplies power to all of this, and I have no idea how much extra power I'm going to be taking, but I can just run that same line. I've got that line all the way down here, see, and down here, see, and I can just run the same line and drag power from that. So if I get some conduits, really, one of them, I'll get together an auto crafting system eventually. Damn it. I'll have to make do with just one conduit for now. I'm sure I can. Hey, I've completed like various sky... Oh yeah, these things have to take power into a very specific part of them. I can't remember how you bloody break them. Oh, you just pickaxe them. That does not feel right. That's not connecting still. Ah, its power tap is on the side there. Want to connect now? I wonder if there's a Galacticraft wrench that will do all this. That's not its power tap. Is that its power tap? No. Interesting. It will take RF, but it doesn't want to connect to those. I wonder if that's a bug. Let's see. Let's place this down there, and just to make this easier, grab some more energy conduits and just do this. So it doesn't want to connect on any of those sides at all. I shouldn't have placed it on the wall really. I knew I was going to need to be able to check all the sides at once. So, won't connect on these, won't connect there. Interesting. I may actually need to make a Galacticraft generator, which is something I wasn't expecting, but it's interesting. I mean, you've got to respect a mod that tries to go for its own identity and won't let you just lump it in with every other one. But it's also kind of annoying because I enjoy doing stuff my own way. And my way is generally using one universal power source. Let's just grab a coal generator. Grab some coal. Wrong way. Ow. I'll just whack this against here for now. So, coal generator there. Not generating. I have no idea how it's going to output power. That looks like a power tap maybe. But this doesn't have anything on that side. That's the front. Maybe it will just output power around it. Hull heat. So it heats up and then starts generating more RF a tick as it goes. Interesting. So is it actually generating now or what? Do we have to use the aluminium wire? Like I said, this mod has had some changes done to it since I last used it. So there we go. It's powering it. Cool. So, circuit fabricator. We need to make some silicone wafers, basic wafers. So we need silicone, redstone, and a redstone torch. Okay, that's a bit of a weird way of doing it. Silicone. I wonder if you can use this silicone. Otherwise I'm going to need to go and mine some silicone. Actually, I believe I have silicone sitting in here, because it was one of the things that didn't quite fit the other things in the chest sort of mod. There's also tungsten, there's one in there. There's also a shitload of oxygen in there. Yeah, that's all. That I think that is all the silicone I have. So we need to put the silicone in, and it auto sorts itself. That's nice. I just wanna, because I'm pretty sure every recipe in here takes 2 sets of silicone and some redstone. I can't type. I spent too long playing games where I don't have to be all Minecraft about it. So that's full. That's generating 75 RF tick, but it's already, wow, used a lot of that already. And the last thing we needed was redstone torches. Oh, and then something up there as well. A diamond. Wow. That is rather expensive, considering all I'm doing is making a single piece of, like, silicone wafer. I get it that what I'm doing, I'm making like a printed circuit board or something like that, because you're adding on the redstone and then the torch to be like a cathode and an anode. Okay, we make 3 at once as well. That's not too bad. But let's see what we use these for. Compressor, oxygen detector, airlock controller, oxygen fan. You use these for a lot of stuff. Frequency module, telemetry unit. I have no idea. Oh, there we go. This gathers useful data from linked rockets, players, and mobs. Best place near to a display screen. Interesting. So I'm going to want to make a couple of these, and that I shall do. I just want to check, did it use the redstone torch as well? Almost done. It did use the redstone torch, okay. And is there another... Wow, that coal generator is burning through charcoal. Not all that surprised though. Energy storage cluster. Oh, I did not know you could make your own energy storage in this. It's probably only got 30k RF storage, which is almost to the point where I would say worthless. But yes, yeah, so I think I'm going to have to call it there for now. I'm going to do some preliminary designs on this room and get something like cool looking up and running, and then I'm going to have to grab some details from Metal Musher and see exactly what I can do. But yes, thanks for watching, guys. That's going to have to do it for now. So, I've been BTBS. This has been Hermitcraft ModSauce, and I cannot wait to into space, basically. See you next time. Peace out.